So, as a parent, you can actually use the Martin Luther King holiday. We were talking about this before, how important it is to use it as a really great learning experience for your kids and take this opportunity to have a really important conversation about race and, just being people, being good to each other.
And today in particular, your children may already be full of questions. So mental health experts and therapist Jinnie Cristerna is here to help guide you through the conversation. Good morning, and please tell us all the unique qualifications that make you particularly qualified beyond just who you are professionally.
Right. Well, outside of the licensure and education and the training, my mother's Korean, my father's African American, I'm Jewish.
Right.
My husband is Mexican, and he's Catholic, and we have a 4-year-old.
So
and then you have meetings every week,
Yeah.
every Wednesday in our living room.
Oh, it is. So you sit down and you really, because we just said, like, you are the dream. You're it.
Your family
right?
is. I mean, because you have issues of immigration, religion, color, race identity, and all those things. So it must be this must be a pretty relevant day for you.
Absolutely. And Jean, part of it is that for us, we have a 4-year-old son,
Right.
and we talk with him just about people. Because he doesn't look like either of us. Like, seriously, I would want a DNA test. My son looks nothing like my husband, but he's beautiful. And when he goes to school, he sees people. So when kids are young, they don't see race. They just see another soul. They just see another person. And as we get older, our experiences are filtered through the meaning that we give things. So it's so important, especially, days like today, but every day, right? But days like today, that we talk with our kids about being able to see people for who they are, and that the skin that they're in, which is one of my favorite books, but the skin that they're in serves the same function as everyone else's skin. It just looks different, and that just really adds to the range of experience, because we can't, as an individual, live every experience on this planet. So we have the benefit of having other people's experiences be shared with us. So that's why diversity is so amazing.
And I think the most important thing is that a child, you can have outside influences, but I think a parent's voice is something that stays with a child always and forever. And if they hear you today saying, this is what it is, no matter what happens to them on the outside, don't you think they will constantly hear your voice reminding you?
Absolutely.
Right? So that's why today is really so important. Yeah. What ages do you think we should start talking? So your child's 4. I mean, is it ever too early to really have these conversations?
No, it's actually a great time to have conversations when they're 2 and 3 and 4, but you have them in ways that are age appropriate, right?
Right.
And you have them in ways that allow them to think for themselves. And instead of looking at life from a deficit perspective, you encourage them to look at, how unique is that? And what did you learn about that? And you develop a sense of curiosity. And one of the beautiful things that you said before is, like, when we get older, right, we kind of lose that, right? So one of the best things about becoming an adult is being able to go back to when you were a kid and remember what it was like to be curious, right? So what's that like? And tell me more about that. And can I go and experience that with you? So you have diverse friends, and what tends to happen is you go to their houses, you have wonderful different dinners, and then you invite them over to yours and you share a part of yourself with them. And it really allows people to grow. It allows you to have a breadth of experience without necessarily ever have to leave your country, especially if that is surrounding you in your everyday life. You develop a greater appreciation and a sense of perspective.
And that changes us as adults, too.
Absolutely.
That really changed. Now, so you actually you brought some, one thing for us, a book, but you also have some recommendations, because you say aids can help, like books and movies can actually help do the conversation, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the fun thing about having conversations with kids at different ages appropriately, right, is that they can take their experience and then kind of further talk about what that means to them. And as parents and as teachers or educators, what we do is we help them form that in healthy ways. So they may be stuck at something, confused, not sure what to make of it.
Maybe something happened that they don't understand.
Right, and they're trying to make sense of it. So parents, what they can do is help them to understand that from a healthy perspective. We don't want to create this negativity that a lot of people carry with them. It's not even theirs, right? So parents, this is a wonderful day for parents to leave the world better than they left it, right? To allow their children. I always watch you guys.
Okay, Jinnie, we're in love.
Okay,
we have some books. Some, if you want to help with this, have this book, This Skin You Live In,
Yes.
which is a great book.
It's fantastic.
It's really
And
important.
so this is for ages 2 and up.
Mhm.
Kindergarten, we start with a biography of
Martin Luther King.
Okay.
It's a great first biography.
Yeah, because it's for little tiny facts that can kind of plant the seeds.
I remember reading this next one,
Yeah.
Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry.
Ooh.
That's a
Ryan
pretty
just
heavy-
finished that book.
Yeah.
And yep,
Wow, she's young because this has grade 7.
I know.
And then
she's
the
a good
book that you
reader.
brought, the book that you brought with us, tell us about this one.
This is our new favorite book for a 4-year-old.
Okay.
Our 4-year-old's name is Aji. Hi, Aji.
Hey, Aji.
And this is about a crayon box that talked, and all of the colors didn't like each other because they didn't look like them. But then when the little, I don't want to give the story away, you have to get the book, and you should definitely read it. But it's when the little girl draws these beautiful pictures, the crayons in the box are all out on the table, and they see how beautiful they look together.
They
And
are. I know, it's
I
really
love
sweet.
this.
It's another sweet
We
book.
could talk to you forever. You have to come back.
I will.
We love the spirit of what you're trying to spread today as well. So if you want to find out more about mental health expert and therapist Jinnie Cristerna, visit her website at highachiever.net.